What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Now today I'm bringing you my choice of New World cigar of the week, and this week I thought I would go for my all-time favorite cigar in the world. Now that's quite a bold statement, and it's probably one that is gonna divide opinions out there, but it is a stunning cigar. It is the Drew Estate ACID Atom Maduro. Just wow. I mean, the wrapper is off this, the cellophane is off this one, the room is being filled with this intoxicating blend of botanical oils and natural extracts. I've got potpourri in the air, there's coffee, there's cinnamon, there's floral notes, there's almost perfumes and aftershaves. There's so much going on in this cigar. It's a 5x50, so classic Robusto style, Nicaraguan, Drew Estate, the Nicaraguan kings, as I like to call them. Got this really stunning, interesting design. You've got the gold band on there, you've got the ACID Maduro. Really interesting closed foot as well. I'm not sure if you guys can pick that up on the camera there, but I will be sticking some photographs up online as well. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my first experience with this cigar. Now, this was a cigar that I'd always seen in the humidor, never really got round to trying, and a customer came in one day and he asked for a box of them, and I was like, well, this guy clearly must enjoy these cigars. I'm going to ask him a little bit more. So he told me that this was one of the first infused cigars that he'd ever tried. Now, the interesting thing about these infused cigars, especially the Drew Estate infused cigars, is I think they get tarnished with the brush of flavoured cigars back in the olden days. Now, what that used to be was essentially sugar water or flavoured waters, which were brushed on the outside of the cigar. You take a few puffs, 3 or 4 puffs in, you've taken all of the flavour off where you're pasting your mouth on the cigar, and the flavour's gone. Now, this is infused all the way through the filler, the wrapper and the binder during the fermentation process. So they coat these leaves in all of this just wondrous mix of flavours and tastes and smells. And now as those leaves heat up, they absorb, all those oils are absorbed into the leaves. They then create this cigar that is flavour through and through, filler, wrapper and binder, all the way throughout the cigar. Now, that being said, it is very subjective. What I smell and what I taste is going to be completely different to you. And that is the wonderful thing about the ACID range, I feel, is they are so different for each person. Everyone gets slightly different notes on them. But I really want to get into this one because it's been a while since I've enjoyed one of these. So let's stop talking. Let's get this one cut and lit. Let's move on to the first third. I've got some things that I'm going to talk to you guys about today, especially about infused cigars, and also a very exciting virtual Herf that we've got coming up later on this month. So let's get this one cut and lit, let's get into it, and let's see where it goes. Wow, so I am creeping my way through the first third on this one, and the flavours straight off the bat, once you get through that closed foot and the flavours start to open up, the drawer opens up all the way through. You get potpourri, you get perfume, you get this really interesting, almost chocolate chip, but mint chocolate chip note that comes through. So you get this sweetness, you get this coolness as well. And I think that comes from the mint, but that mint leaves your taste buds tingling, tantalizingly waiting for that next puff. It just comes in waves of flavor as you're making your way through. Now, that infusion of the essential oils and natural extracts all the way through this cigar means that you get this beautiful bluish hue of smoke just pouring off the cigar. It pours off the cap of the cigar as well after you take a puff. Makes for some amazing Instagram photos. If you want to head over to our Instagram, I'm sure I've taken a fair few Drew Estate Instagram photos in my time. Now, talking of infused cigars, they are best kept to themselves, and I mean keeping a separate humidor for your infused cigars. Over time, keeping them with your other cigars, especially if they're out of cellophane, you will start to find that those flavours start to get absorbed by your other cigars, and you want your classic style traditional cigars to be your classic style traditional cigars, and you want your infused cigars to be that something special. So head over to the website right now. We've got some unbelievable deals on humidors, all the way from sort of 1 or 2 little count humidors all the way up to 1,000 count humidors. We've got some unbelievable prices. We won't be beaten on price. We do offer our price match on all all the products on our website, so if you can find it cheaper anywhere else in the UK and it's in stock, let us know and we will happily price match that for you. Personally, I'd go for maybe like a 10 count crush proof, waterproof humidor. I think they're absolutely perfect for keeping your infused cigars. They keep everything airtight, waterproof, especially in this kind of inclement weather. If you are able to go fishing, I'm not quite sure what the ruling on that is after Thursday, but if you're able to go fishing, the perfect little fishing humidor they are. You can chuck them in your bag, chuck them in your bivvy. You haven't got to worry about anything getting damaged, anything getting wet. You know your cigars are going to be there for you to enjoy while you're sitting on the bank. But I'm going to take this one down a little bit further. I know that this cigar constantly progresses and develops, and it's one of those ones that I've never had the same experience twice, and I think that's just as my palate has developed and I've worked my way through all these different cigars, finding notes. And I know we talked about you know, how to work out tasting notes. I've been sort of expanding my eating repertoire and trying new things in terms of food, because there is sometimes notes in cigars that I can't quite put my finger on. So the bigger my repertoire in terms of reference, the bigger I can sort of divulge into the cigars and I can pick out those notes. So I'm going to stop talking, take a few more puffs on this one, sit back and enjoy it, and let's see what that middle third has got for me. So about halfway on this cigar today, and what I've been treated to is one that I've never picked up before, and it's cherries, but those glacé cherries that you kind of get in a bar or in a cocktail, those really syrupy, sweet, kind of stick to the roof of your mouth cherries, and I'm really enjoying it. It's blended well. In this middle third, the flavors do start to change up and you get those more Nicaraguan tobacco notes that come through, those minerally notes that come in, that thick smoke that you get with Nicaraguan cigars, even thicker with this one, just because those oils just add to the smoke volume and the potency of it. Really beautiful. It takes some time to really get used to this cigar. It's definitely one that if you don't quite get it in the first third, I'm sure you will by the middle third, and you'll get why people buy this cigar once and come back and buy more and more time after time. Now, talking of cigars, we have got, and I'm going to be quite bold in this statement, probably the greatest virtual Herf lined up for the 19th of November. We're going to be holding a virtual Herf with Hoya de Nicaragua. On the call is going to be Juan Martinez, who is the executive president of Hoya de Nicaragua. We're also going to have Rudy Ruiz, who is Hoya de Nicaragua's master roller. Now, the reason we've got him on the call is this call is going to be a virtual blending masterclass. We're going to be going through the entire process of choosing the blends, working out the ingredients, working out the percentages, what's going to work, what's not going to work, and why we are going to do what we're going to do. Every single person on the call is going to be able to participate and really influence the blend that we make for the final cigar. Now, that cigar is going to be rolled at Hoya de Nicaragua and shipped to us. So early 2021, you are going to receive a one-off C.Gars community cigar. Now, that's not going to be available in shops. It's not going to be available for anyone who doesn't take part in the call. It's going to be a completely one-off cigar that you know that you have contributed to creating that blend. It's going to be so unique, such an amazing opportunity. We're going to have certificates of participation as well that we're going to send out to you guys. So in early 2021, you are going to receive an extra special cigar that I'm really hoping I can wangle my way in getting on the list for those. I'm going to be on the call anyway, but I really want to get my hands on one of those cigars. Not only that, but during the call we are going to be enjoying two Robustos. It's the Black Robusto and the Antonio CT Robusto, along with a 5CL of our award-winning Staladu. Now head over to the website right now. It's at an unbelievable price. Not only are you going to get those two Robusto cigars and a 5CL miniature of our award-winning whiskey, but you are going to be taking part in a piece of history, really. You know, it's the first time that we've ever done it, and it's going to be a one-off. That cigar will never be recreated in that specific format, that is specific ingredients and layout. So being on that call is going to make you a part of history. Head over to the website right now to grab your tickets. We'll be sending out your two Robustos and your 5CL as soon as possible. You'll get the Zoom details usually the day before, the morning of. It's going to be starting at 7, I believe, or maybe even 6. I will have to check. Don't quote me on that. But let's get back to this one. The band is about to come off, this little bottom band which states the ACID Atom Maduro. I'm going to take this one off right now. Comes off with perfect ease. Drop that in the ashtray. Sit back and take this one down a little bit further. I really want you guys to try this. There's a reason that this is my New World cigar of the week, and it's a reason it's one of those cigars that I just keep coming back to. If people come into the shop and they ask for recommendations and they're willing to try something unique and something completely out of the box, this is a cigar that I always point them to. And 9 times out of 10 they come back and ask for more, and the 1 person out of 10 usually orders them online. But let's sit back, let's take this one down a little bit further, and let's see what happens. So creeping my way through the second third into the final third on this one, the body has intensified. It was pretty medium bodied all the way through. It's now moving more into a full bodied, full flavored cigar. That Nicaraguan tobacco is potent, it's strong, it's a heady mix with the sweetness that you've got from those essential oils and natural extracts. In terms of any sort of defining notes, I'm still getting mint. Still getting a little bit of chocolate, but that's more turned into a kind of like a dark chocolate mint, which is quite interesting. It's a nice balance between the two. You get the sharpness of the mint, and that's really what's stood out to me on this one, and it's one I'm not quite sure I've ever really picked up on these cigars before. So that's an interesting note and quite a welcome addition to the flavour profile on these. The ash burns beautifully, Nicaraguan, pure whitish grey ash, stacks amazingly well. I've been sort of in and out of the room as I've been enjoying this one, so I have sort of knocked the ash off in the ashtray just so I don't drop it all over myself, which is one of my go-to moves, especially in a lounge. I'm always dropping ash on myself. But these are just really, really beautiful. V-cut on this one for me does give you that more open flow and more open air draw on these, and just gives you more intensity of the flavors. You're able to pick out all of those notes. Now, as I'm just sitting here sort of looking at the cigar, my mouth is watering, waiting for that next puff. Now, I want to maybe think about soft drinks with this one. What would we go along with a soft drink, a non-alcoholic version? Now, I think, and I'm not even sure they still sell this, but like a fizzy Vimto with this cigar would possibly be amazing, and definitely one I think I'm going to have to try, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. So yeah, fizzy Vimto with this. I think those kind of fruitier notes, the fruit notes on this, there's so many, it's like almost like a fruit salad of notes. There was a point about 10 minutes ago where I got this really sharp pineapple note came through, and it was fresh and it was watery and it was beautiful. Just a real beautiful cigar. So I'm going to stop talking again, because I will waffle on about this cigar until the cows come home. Take this one down a little bit further, see what the final third has got for me. I hope you'll join me. I'm going to sit back and enjoy. So coming up towards the end of my time with this one, the flavours just went through the roof as I worked my way down to the final third on this. Just full-bodied Nicaraguan tobacco. Those fruity notes are in there. Those potpourri notes are in there. The room smells amazing. I really want you guys to try this cigar. I know it's going to divide a lot of people's opinions. If you haven't tried these before and you're more of a traditional cigar smoker, just take a punt. Give it a go. If it's not for you, by all means, you've still had a great premium hand-rolled, exquisitely blended cigar. If these are for you, grab a few more. The website is C.Gars.com, that's C-G-A-R-S.com. If you've liked this video, as always, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. And just to let you all know that all of our shops, Norfolk, Chester, Mayfair, Knutsford and Liverpool, will be remaining open throughout the month of November. We will be placing some extra sort of social distancing levels in place, but you'll still be able to come to our shops and shop at your leisure. If you can't make it to one of our shops, our website is always available 24/7, 365 days a year. Please take care of yourselves, guys. Keep safe out there, and I hope to see you all soon. Take care of yourselves. Peace.